Rajendra Mahat Asit Tat Adbhutam Mahadasit Tadadbhutam Patamanopi Taddehas Trigavyutyantaradruman Churnayamasa Rajendra Mahadasi Tadadbhutam Patamanopi Taddehaha Trigavyutyantaradruman Churnayam Asa Rajendra Mahadasi Tadadbhutam. Patamanaha api, even while falling down, Taddehaha, her gigantic body, Trigavyuti Antara, within a limit of 12 miles, Druman, all kinds of trees, Churnayam Asa, smashed, Rajendra, O King Parikshit, Mahat Asit was quite gigantic. Tat, that body, Adbhutam, and very, very wonderful. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Bhai Charanarvinda, Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. O King Parikshit, when the gigantic body of Putana fell to the ground, it smashed all the trees within a limit of 12 miles. Appearing in a gigantic body, she was certainly extraordinary. Please repeat the translation. O King Parikshit, when the gigantic body of Putana fell to the ground, it smashed all the trees within a limit of 12 miles. Appearing in a gigantic body, she was certainly extraordinary. Purport. Because of the grievous hurt imposed upon her by Krishna sucking her breast, Putana, while dying, not only left the room but abandoned the village and fell down in the pasturing ground in her gigantic body. Thus ends the Bhaktivinoda purport and translation to Canto 10, Chapter 6, Text 14 of Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namavom Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadhi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Rajendra, Shukadeva Goswami addressing Maharaja Parikshit, is continuing to describe the killing of the demon Putana by Lord Krishna when he was just a 3-month baby. So Rajendra, O King Parikshit, Patamanaha api, while this Putana fell down to the ground, tad dehaha, Patamana api tad dehas, when she fell down to the ground, losing her life air, that means while she was dying, struggling for her breath, she fell down. Druman churnaya masa. So when she fell down, churnaya masa, lot of things got smashed to pieces. What were they? Druman, trees. So Druman churnaya masa, lot of trees were smashed. How many trees? How much distance? Antara, within the limits of Trigavyuti, 12 miles. So when Putana's body fell, she smashed trees within the range of 12 miles. See this detail. Then one can imagine what must have been the size of the body of Putana. What is the height of Putana? So you can just imagine. Therefore, Shukadeva Goswami uses the word Mahad Asit Tadadbhutam. Mahad Asit. Indeed, Mahad Asit, her body is gigantic. So big that the trees in the range of 12 miles got smashed. That much length her body was. So, Mahad Asit, appearing in a gigantic body, Tadadbhutam. Certainly this is astonishing. Adbhutam. Very wonderful. Extraordinary. Not just wonderful. Here, Adbhutam is also used in the sense of something very extraordinary. Actually, Putana assumed the form of a very young gopi, looking very beautiful with attractive features. And she entered Gokula town undetected by anyone. And she straight walked into Nanda Bhavan, the house of Nanda Maharaj. There is the place where Krishna was living. Nanda Bhavan. So he entered into Gokula and into Nanda Bhavan, Krishna's house. And without being objected by anyone, she went straight into the room where Lord Krishna was lying on a bed. And then she took Lord Krishna upon her lap and she fed him breast milk. So they thought, okay, Krishna is so attractive that many guests, invitees came to greet Nanda Maharaj and also bless the child, wish the child the best. So they thought, okay, Putana also is one such. Of course, they didn't know it was Putana, a demoness, because she covered her demoniac form and assumed a beautiful young gopi's form by her mystic power. So they thought, okay, she must be one more guest. But actually she is not from Gokula village. That much they knew. Because the village, everybody knows everybody. Only in city, your next flat who it is, you will not know. Sometimes you ask who is there, we go for preaching. You know who is there? Actually, Prabhu, that maybe you can check up yourself. So next flat, we don't know who it is. But village is not like that. Entire village, father, mother, grandfather, grandmother, first cousin, second cousin, third cousin, cousins, brothers, sisters, son, everything they will know. So they know then this girl we not seen anywhere. Where is this girl coming from? And village people don't keep quiet. It's okay, who is going to bother? What is my botheration to know who's that girl who has come? Just in a flat, so many people come, go, nobody bothers also. First of all, you don't know the neighbor flat. Secondly, who comes, goes, you are least bothered. But village scenario is not like that. You should understand all these dynamics, village dynamics of those days. Somebody comes and, hey, who is that person? Why he came? Where he came from? For what he came? Where is he going? Everything they will figure out. But somehow, in the case of Putana, they didn't do any of this study or discussion. This is the arrangement of Yoga Maya anyway, Krishna's Yoga Maya. So that is why she went undetected. Otherwise, they would have figured out, oh, who is this girl? Then they'll ask neighboring village, because generally neighboring village also they'll have good contacts. They will know. From neighboring village, then again message will go, and update will come. Oh, no, we don't know who is this girl. She is not from our village also. So we'll figure out something is not okay. But here she went undetected. And she went into Krishna's room and she was feeding baby Krishna with her milk, breast milk. But as we all have heard from the previous verses, unfortunately, dangerously, she had smeared her breast with poison, which can cause immediate death. Because there are different kinds of poison. There is slow poison, there is instant poison. So she smeared her breast with a kind of poison which would, upon contact, cause immediate death. So baby Krishna was sucking Putana's breast, and he actually sucked out her life air also. And this demoness was shocked. What is happening? This baby is not drinking milk. He is taking away my life. And therefore, she became restless. And she ran from Krishna's house. And she wanted to separate herself from this baby Krishna, but the baby Krishna is not leaving her. Here it is there in the previous verses we saw. Very interesting. She is telling, leave me, leave me. Please leave me, suck my breast no longer. And she cried very loudly, perspiring, throwing her arms and legs, flailing her arms and legs. Krishna is not leaving her. So, to save her life, she actually ran from the house and trying to free herself. And it is described in the purport that she not only left the room of Krishna and the house of Krishna Nanda Bhavan, she even left the Gokula town. She abandoned the village, Gokula village, and fell down in the pasturing ground. But what happened is, she assumed the form of a beautiful young girl. But when she was confronted by Krishna's mystic power, her mystic power became minimized and she could not continue retaining the form she had assumed because of her mystic power. So her original form, which is a very gigantic body, manifested. And that was the body of a demoness. And those features will be described eventually. How her body, gigantic body, looked like. The description of a gigantic body will be discussed in the next few verses. Very interesting description is there. So when she fell, then she could not retain the form which he assumed temporarily. In other words, when confronted by the mystic power of God, your mystic power becomes insignificant. Not only that, you cannot retain mystic power for any length of time. Mystic power is also like a kind of punya karma. It's a currency. You expend it, you use it, again you have to gain by tapas, shakti. It is not that you get mystic power, it is eternal with you. So again you have to work to gain the mystic power. Unlike the mystic power which is endowed by Krishna to his devotees, that is not by earning punya or by tapas. Krishna gives. It is bestowed upon the devotees. So the mystic powers or the opulences given by Krishna, both mystic power and opulences. If it is bestowed by Krishna, it is eternal, never to be lost. But if it is mystic power or punya karma or opulence earned by material procedures in the form of punya or tapasya or penance, then you will lose it. Again you have to earn, again you enjoy, again it is lost. It is like that. So that's why she could not, her mystic power got diminished. So she could not but show up her original body, but demoniac body. So we should appreciate the details of these pastimes. That is very important. Now in reading Bhagavatam, especially Krishna Leela, the beauty of Krishna's pastimes are the details and the unique features in Krishna's Leelas. Yeah? And Shukadeva Goswami gives very minute details of these unique features of Krishna's Leelas. That is why if you see among the 4 extraordinary qualities of Krishna, one of them is Krishna is the performer of wonderful pastimes with his loving devotees. Krishna's pastimes are very unique. More so than even his incarnations. The loveliest of pastimes is Krishna's pastimes. So we should go to the minute details of these pastimes, then we will really relish. So here you see one such feature is being highlighted here. When Putana fell down, her gigantic body smashed the trees within a limit of 12 miles. Every day people are dying. Sometimes when airplane crash may be there, somebody may fall down. Do we have any experience of any individual falling down and smashing trees up to the extent of 12 miles? Yeah. Suppose somebody dies and then because of his falling down onto the ground, trees up to the extent of 12 miles get smashed. Where do you hear such thing? Then you can imagine the size of the body, how much huge it must have been. Where do you see such persons? 6 feet person itself means, oh my God, he is so tall. 6.5 feet means probably a world record. You know what the tallest man in the world? 6.5 or 6.8, whatever. So 6.7, 6.8 or maybe 7 feet also means the world record it is. He's the tallest man in the world. Here you can see Putana's body. 12 mile trees are smashed. How much bigger her body is. Not only her size of the body, you see the next verses, her eyes, her teeth. Imagine everything is proportionate, right? How big her teeth must have been, her ears, her eyes, her face, her arms and legs must have been. Certainly very captivating. And what amount of damage it has created. So many thousands of trees must have been smashed. So, So Krishna's pastimes are so wonderful. Hmm? That is why if you see Vyasadeva and Shukadeva Goswami, in the course of narrating Bhagavatam, one entire chapter is dedicated in the 10th canto, 26th chapter called Wonderful Krishna. And the chapter itself is called Wonderful Krishna. And all the Adbhuta, here it is said, Madasid, Mahadasid, Tad Adbhutam. This is one of the wonderful pastimes of Krishna in the form of killing Putana is described in this chapter. Like this, a series of pastimes, all of a Adbhuta, Mahadadbhuta nature. And therefore, entire chapter is dedicated to describe and recap all these pastimes in short in that chapter. It's very interesting. And each of the pastimes, as I said, you have to go to minutest of details. Then you will relish and enjoy. So what led to that chapter, Wonderful Krishna? Why did Shukadeva Goswami create an entire chapter just narrating summarily the different pastimes? Because actually this chapter came about by Shukadeva Goswami because Nanda Maharaj and Upananda and the residents of Gokula, they started recollecting what all wonderful things have happened. And yet they could not reconcile all that wonderful things which was happening is all made possible by Lord Krishna, by baby Krishna. Sorry, not Lord Krishna. According to them, by baby Krishna. Like for example, beginning with this very instance of killing of Putana. How did she die? First of all, where did this gigantic body and personality come from? Because if you remember, few verses back, earlier we discussed that Nanda Maharaj was returning to Gokula. That Nanda Maharaj was not in Gokula. If you remember. He went to, where did he go? Mathura. What did he do in Mathura? He went to pay his taxes to Kamsa. But one more reason he went to Mathura, which is discussed, to meet Vasudeva also. So he had dual purpose in going to Mathura every year. To meet Vasudeva, his own cousin brother, first cousin, and also to pay the taxes, by the by. So Vasudeva had cautioned him, there must be a great danger in Gokula. Please do not delay. Go back at the earliest. So then Nanda Maharaj thought, Vasudeva is telling there must be some reason. Simply why will he say? And so many years I have been going. He never cautioned me like that. Please go soon. So many years he had been going. This time why he cautioned? It's something serious. So let's rush back to Gokula. But by the time, so as he was entering Gokula, in the outskirts, before entering Gokula, he saw this gigantic demon. Because as we see here in this description, Putana, while dying, not only left the room, but abandoned the village and fell on the pasturing ground in her gigantic body. So that means Nanda Maharaj and the cowherd men, some of them who accompanied Nanda Maharaj to Mathura, in their return journey, they saw this gigantic body. Immediately, that we will see in the upcoming verses. And then they could reconcile, oh, so what Vasudeva said is correct. Oh, Vasudeva is a great predictor. So this Nostradamus is recent only. Those days only there were people who could predict. So prediction is not a new thing. It's a very age-old thing. Prediction is a very age-old thing. Many people knew predictions. Astrologers knew. Very elevated souls also could predict, like Nanda, like Vasudeva. Those who have mystic power also can predict things about your life, future of this world. They can predict. Those who are spiritually elevated, they can also predict. So they observed this body. But they could not make out how can this gigantic body lie on the ground like this, dead. And we will see how Krishna was playing also after this Putana died. Such a fearful demon. ugly looking demon, such gigantic features, small baby playing on her body. And Krishna is not at all afraid. Absolutely not afraid. Rather, he is enjoying nicely on Putana's body. That we will see. Shukadeva Goswami will describe that. He had a good time playing on her. Good playground he got to play on Putana's body. So like that. So that was the first thing. So cause of wonder. They could not reconcile how this all can happen. But something wonderful is always happening with Krishna. Then, when Lord Krishna turned 1 year, they wanted to celebrate, and that is called Krishna Janmashtami in our present days. So this Janmashtami celebration began at least 5,000 years from the time of Lord Krishna. So first year celebration they had, and during the celebration time, I am just trying to narrate the instances described by Shukadeva Goswami, which led to Nanda and Upananda thinking, and Vyasadeva and Shukadeva Goswami composing an entire chapter called Wonderful Krishna. Just the instances which led to Nanda and Upananda and the cowherd men of Vrindavan thinking about this wonderful Krishna. Why is he called wonderful? Adbhutam. Why Krishna's pastimes are wonderful? So we're just trying to quickly come to this point. Why wonderful Krishna? So then when Krishna turned 1 year, they arranged for one Vedic ceremony, first year celebrations, birth anniversary. At that time, a lot of Brahmanas were invited and they were chanting Vedic hymns. And as they were chanting Vedic hymns, baby Krishna fell asleep. So Veda Ghosha is happening, but Krishna is sleeping nicely. So then anyway, Mother Yashoda placed him below a hand cart, beneath a hand cart, hand-driven cart. So very soon, Krishna woke up, because the children, no, they don't sleep long stretches. Short stretches, they'll sleep. Again, they will wake up. Again, they'll sleep. Again, they'll wake up. There's no pattern, basically. It's quite complex. So, I think our doctor devotee is laughing here. So then this child woke up. And the moment when the child wakes up, baby, when it wakes up, the first thing, natural thing, which happens for every baby, what is that? It will cry. But why does this baby cry the moment it wakes up from sleep? Because the baby will be hungry. This is psychology. It happens for every child. The baby will be hungry. So that means the mother should feed breast milk. But mother is busy hearing Vedic hymns. Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj were seated. They are the Yajamans and Yajamani. So they cannot get up. And they're enjoying nice Veda Ghosha. Baby Krishna, let me go and sleep. He felt asleep. So he got up. He's hungry. Mother is not there. He became angry. Where is my mother? What is she up to? What is she doing? Neglecting me. He became angry. And then he started kicking his soft, transcendental legs. He started hitting the wheel of the hand cart. And that wheel got separated from the hand cart. Small baby. You can't expect when the baby hits a wheel, because the wheel is tightened by spokes and nut, bolt, tightly, isn't it? And how can a small baby, just by hitting, the wheel gets separated off? And then when the wheel got separated, obviously a hand cart, became dismantled, and there were a lot of utensils upon the hand cart, and all that fell down with big noise. And suddenly, it caught everybody's attention. Nanda, Yashoda, cowherd men, cowherd woman, they all came rushing. Oh, what happened? And they could not understand why this, first of all, how can the wheel get separated? How can the utensils fell down and create such big noise? Anyway, Mother Yashoda is not bothered with anything. My child is safe. And she took back the child and she started feeding baby Krishna with her milk. And Krishna seemed to be very comfortable. And scriptures describe when a mother feeds her baby with her breast milk, one thing happens. The child becomes free from all danger. See, the technique of making the child free from danger, the mother should feed milk, not bottle milk. That's not being described. Breast milk, mother's milk. The child becomes free from danger. There's so many scientific reasons are there. So Bhagavatam describes all these things. Even doctors can take note of these aspects. Soon after that, one day, when Mother Yashoda was patting her baby on her lap, the baby Krishna, felt suddenly too heavy. So every day Mother Yashoda pats baby Krishna to sleep. We all know even mothers do that. No? They keep patting the child upon the back, softly upon the head. The baby will go to sleep. So like that. But here this time, one particular day, the baby felt too heavy. So Mother Yashoda, unable to carry him, unwillingly placed the child on the ground. And then, somehow, again by Yogamaya's arrangement, she became busy with her household affairs. At that time, taking advantage of Krishna's loneliness, that is why you should never be alone. So Krishna's loneliness, this demon, one more demon sent by Kamsa, because Kamsa was sending every day some demon or demoness to kill the Lord, to kill Krishna. Various arrangements he made to kill Krishna. All his arrangements failed anyway. That's a different story. So one another day, seeing that Krishna is alone and nobody is there, neither Nanda Maharaj nor Yashoda, this Trinavarta demon took away baby Krishna and flew up into the sky by causing a whirlwind. So much so, in the course of creating that whirlwind, it's like a cyclonic wind. It was a catastrophic wind actually. It's a whirlwind. And in that whirlwind, this demon Trinavarta, he engulfed Krishna into that whirlwind and flew up in the sky. And then Krishna started weighing heavily on his shoulder. And Krishna started catching his neck and squeezing him out. And his eyes bulged and popped out. And then he had to fell straight onto the ground from the space up in the sky. And he fell dead. Became unconscious. Because baby Krishna started weighing more and more, so much so that the demon Trinavarta could not hold him anymore. He was weighing so heavily. Krishna started increasing his weight more. These are all yoga siddhis. Krishna is the proprietor of all the yoga siddhis anyway. He can use any yoga siddhi at his will, what he wants. He will manifest. So this demon Trinavarta fell down, and then again they could not understand how this can happen. Where did the Lord disappear? How did he went up the sky? How did this demon fell down? Where did this demon come from? No clue. But Krishna is safe. Then soon after that, they arranged Namakarna of Krishna. Krishna's Namakarna happened in the cow shed of Gokula by Garga Rishi. So after the Namakarna pastime, or Namakarna ceremony, this pastime of Krishna eating mud. And then when Mother Yashoda demanded that she wants to see what was in Krishna's mouth, Krishna said, nothing is there. But then she demanded, no, you open your mouth, you're telling lies. And she could see the entire cosmic manifestation, including that Yashoda is seeing Krishna through her mouth. Seeing Krishna with Krishna, his mouth wide open. She could even see that also. The And she was bewildered. She started offering prayers to Krishna. Then Krishna became upset. What is this? You are offering Vedic prayers to me when I thought you will fondle me nicely. And Krishna brought the Yogamaya curtain, again made Yashoda forget that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. And Prabhupada says in the lecture very nicely, at that point when Yogamaya covered Yashoda's actual knowledge of Krishna's supremacy, which Krishna was not very happy because Krishna wanted Vatsalya relation from his mother. Then Mother Yashoda said, Krishna, don't do this once again like this. So then that was the fourth instance. Then the fifth instance after this was the Damodara Leela. Soon after this, the Damodara pastime took place, where Krishna was tied to a grinding mortar with a rope of Mother Yashoda, and the rope was always 2 inches short. Finally, somehow, Krishna agreed to be bound by Mother Yashoda, therefore she could bind him, not otherwise. That was another mystery. Arey, how was it that so much I tried, this rope was always short, suddenly how this same rope which was short 2 inches again became long enough that I could tie him up? Again, she had no answer for that. So therefore she smiles looking at the face of baby Krishna, being puzzled. Every love of Krishna was a puzzle. Then soon after that, when she tied Krishna to grinding mortar and she went to her household affairs, baby Krishna, dragging the grinding mortar, came dragging and dragging this mortar because Krishna was crawling that time. So dragging this grinding mortar because he wanted to free himself, because Krishna wanted to play. He is like just a small child, You arrest that child, no, he will do another big galata. You cannot tie up the child and say, simply sit down quietly. It is impossible for a child. It's actually torturous. It's actually torture for the child to tell the child not to do anything. So Krishna became very upset. Oh, I'm being tied up. So he wanted to free himself. And then he went up to the pair of twin Arjuna trees. And then the twin Arjuna trees were growing like this with a gap in between. So Krishna went inside that gap of the 2 trees. And because the motor got stuck, and Krishna pushed it strongly, and the ropes got cut. Ropes got cut, and because of the pressure of the pulling actually, the motor hit the trees, and the 2 trees got uprooted. And then 2 divine personalities manifested, called Nalakota and Manigriva, and then they went to the heavenly planets. Then the Gopas, Nandamari, they were astonished. How can these trees get uprooted like that? They thought maybe some demon must have cut off the trees. Like that every time they will come up with some kind of reasoning, but they could never reconcile, they could never realize it was Krishna who was doing and killing every demon. Or even liberating these Arjuna trees. Any such wonderful thing which is happening, they could not understand. All that wonder was made possible by Krishna. Then soon after that, one fruit vendor came to Gokula, and she was going house to house selling her fruits in one basket. And that time it was a barter system. We can see that photo there, that fruit vendor. Krishna blesses the fruit vendor. That picture there. So then, so she would exchange fruits with some few grains. Nanda Maharaj gave some few grains and took some few fruits. Then Krishna also wanted to follow the same system. So he gave some few grains, very few grains, because Krishna was a small baby. Very few grains. And that also, as he was bringing, Shukadeva Goswami describes, it is like this. Therefore, all the grains were falling away. Finally, when he showed his hand with grains, you can count the number of grains. He held his hand to the fruit vendor. Fruit vendor, seeing the lovely features of Krishna being carried away by Krishna's loveliness, she started giving fruits to Krishna. She understood that Krishna wanted fruits. And she started keeping fruits. Actually, so much fruit she gave for the few grains. Krishna was so pleased. You can see that actually Krishna not able to hold it in one hand. He's really balancing it. Actually, like a circus, Krishna is really balancing it, struggling. Because Krishna is struggling to hold the gifts of this fruit vendor lady. Then Krishna was so satisfied with this fruit vendor that after receiving all these fruits, the fruit vendor was about to leave with the balanced fruits. And for her surprise, she saw there were no more fruits. All that fruits by Krishna's mystic power became converted to most valuable or invaluable gems and jewels. So Shukadeva Goswami says, if you give Krishna, Krishna will give you in return like this, without calculations. See, that fruit vendor, she didn't make a trade. Because few grains means maybe half a fruit or a quarter of the fruit. But she didn't calculate like that. She gave without calculation. Okay, this much grain, this much fruits. No such calculation. The heart's content she gave Krishna. Krishna reciprocated. How much is Krishna's reciprocation? Unlimited reciprocation. Krishna can reciprocate your love, your offering unlimitedly, in unlimited multiplication. Prabhupada used the word unlimited multiplication. So Prabhupada says you are never a loser. You are only a gainer millions of times by sacrificing for Krishna. Never think, oh, I have parted with so much of my money, so much of my assets, so much of my life, my time, my prime of youth. Sometimes we think, my prime of youth I have given Prabhu. Yes, but Krishna will reciprocate with unlimited multiplication. Don't worry. Krishna's balance sheet calculations are very different. Anyway, so like that happened, fruit vendor pastime. And soon after that, Krishna and Balaram went with cowherd boys to the banks of Yamuna for playing water sports. So water sports is a very old game. Nothing new. Then when they were playing after water sports, then on the banks of Yamuna, then Vatsasura demon came, assuming the form of a calf, trying to kill Krishna. Of course, then Krishna caught hold of the hind legs of this calf-like demon. It's not a calf actually, calf-like demon. This demon, just like Putana assumed a young girl's form, this one more demon of Kamsa, sent by Kamsa, assumed the shape of a calf. These demons can assume any shapes, any form, by their will and wish, because of some mystic powers. So then Krishna, through this calf-like demon called Vatsasura, he whipped him around and forcibly threw him up, and that calf got stuck up on a tree, top of the tree, losing its life air. Then all the playmates of Krishna, the Gopas, congratulated, Hari Bol, well done, good job. So like that. Yeah, exactly, these are the words used. I'm not exaggerating. Shukadeva Goswami says, well done, well done. See how the descriptions are? Like that the stories goes on and on. Then after that, this led to the killing. Further after that, then at one more occasion, Krishna killed the Bhakasura demon. Then after that, Krishna killed the Agasura demon. Then after that, the pastime of Brahma stealing the cows and calves of Krishna and Nanda Maharaj and all the Gopas of Gokula. Brahma came and stole all the cows and calves. And Krishna replaces all of those cows and calves. And Brahma becomes bewildered, whether his mystic power ever worked or not. But it worked. But Krishna used his mystic power and bewildered Brahma also. And finally Brahma returns back all the cows and calves. That pastime happened. Soon after that, Krishna killed one donkey-shaped demon called Dhenukasura. Then after that, the Kaliya Leela happened, where Krishna drives away Kaliya to the ocean from the Yamuna river, and also from the Kaliya Hrada, one lake within the Yamuna called Kaliya Hrada. So Krishna drives him off so that the Vrajavasis are happy and peaceful, the cows. The pasturing grounds, they're all safe, free from the poison of Kaliya. That happened. Then after that, Krishna saves them from a forest fire. Soon after this Kaliya Leela, they were taking rest in the forest that night. Suddenly there's a forest fire and Krishna swallows the entire forest fire. Then after that, Krishna kills Pralambasura. And after that, there is one more forest fire. Second time again Krishna saves. Then after that, so many other pastimes happen. Krishna then blesses the wives of the Brahmanas by accepting their food. After that, the pastime of Krishna lifting Govardhan hill. So like that, so many pastimes. So thinking of all of these pastimes, they thought, still Nanda Maharaj thought, my child is wonderful, but he never thought he is Bhagavan. So the point here is, like this, meditating, even chronologically, or even if not chronologically, even somehow, without chronology, with minute details, or with macro detail or micro detail, whatever, we should absorb our entire time in thinking of Krishna. And Krishna's pastimes are so detailed and meticulously worked out by Yogamaya. If you go to the minute details, every sentence and verse, lot of details are there, including the flowers, fruits. If you read, it's simply not flowers, fruits, body, nose. You will see the next verse, very interesting. Not just a nose. Everybody has a nose. What is there to discuss? Everybody has teeth. What is there to discuss? What kind of teeth? See, that degree Shukadeva Goswami goes into. What kind of ears? What kind of arms and legs? What kind of head? That makes it very interesting and captivating and absorbing. Krishna's pastimes are very captivating. Because unless it is captivating, it will not be absorbing. Your consciousness will not absorb. Only when it is captivating, it will be absorbing. When things will be captivating, if something is a routine thing, there is no attraction. Captivating means there must be some attraction. Attraction means there is something unique. So all of these elements are incorporated in Krishna Leela. So by thinking of all of these details, one can remain Krishna conscious all through the day and all through one's life. And the result of this absorption in Krishna consciousness by meditating on Krishna's pastimes is that the benefit is you will go back to God at the end of your life. That's what Krishna promises in Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, verse 9. Janma karma chame divyam evam yo veti tatvataha. Tyaktva deham punarjanma na iti mam iti so Arjuna. So Krishna says, by meditating on my pastimes and the truth about my pastimes, you will get liberated at the end of this life. Will come back to me. Where will you go? Krishna says, you will come back to me. So that is the destination and the benefit of discussing Krishna Leela, describing Krishna Leela, and meditating and contemplating on Krishna's pastimes. Therefore, we have to go to the minute details of all these things. Pastimes. Then it will be very relishable. Stop here. Granthrat Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai.